How are you? This again is Dan Henry, Director of Franchise Development with Get in Shape for Women. Welcome to our live career and franchise opportunity. Really excited for you to come and join us in this webinar. So without further delay, why don't we get started? All right, so we start all of our meetings off. It doesn't matter if it's our annual convention with all of our owners, managers, and trainers, or if it's our, a one-on-one meeting or our weekly, office meetings. We start them all off with a positive focus. The reason we start off with positive focus is because we know that negativity and creativity cannot live in the same mindset. So if you remove negativity from the meeting immediately and interject positivity, you're going to interject more creativity, more open-mindedness, and the meeting is going to go over a whole lot better. It's just become a much more productive meeting. So we start off with a positive focus. So I would suggest you guys, please type in your positive focus to me, send it along. You can say it out loud to the people you're watching the webinar with, or if you're watching it by yourself, just say it out loud to yourself. Just make sure you get that positive focus out there. I'll start off, I'll do a professional and a personal. So professionally, my positive focus professionally is this is a very busy week for us. We have a handful of sales that are happening this week. So we get some new owners coming on board. It's really exciting. We have some interested new people at the end of the week coming for our Discovery Day, which is really great. I love Discovery Day. It's one of my favorite days of the month. So that's, it's going to be a very busy but very exciting week for us. Personally, I would have to say I just had a really great weekend with my family, actually, my extended family and my immediate family. I went and saw my brother and my nephew, and we ran one of those obstacle course races together this weekend. That was fun. And then I spent the next day with my son and my wife, just being around each other and hanging out and doing the things that you need to get done to continue to move your life forward. But it was nice just being with them as well in the nice weather. So that's mine. Please feel free to email in your positive focus, send it in through your questions, or just say it out loud. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is our purpose. So we have what's called our vision, and our vision framework is compiled of three things: our purpose, our core values, and our current mission. So our purpose is to empower women through body transformation, and that is what we do. That is our sandbox. That's what makes Get in Shape for Women Get in Shape for Women. And everything that we do, every decision we make at Get in Shape for Women, be it new marketing, new workouts, new sales, new anything, it's because we know that that is going to help empower women through body transformation. Everything we do, we turn back and look and say, hey, will this help us to meet our purpose of empowering women through body transformation? Now, part of doing that is having a set of core values. So we put our core values together and we put them out to the world. This is an exercise that my CEO and founder, Brian Cook, and my president, Lou DiFrancisco, did together, and it took quite some time for them to put together these core values. But when they got it together, what they wanted to do is they wanted to kind of put on the paper exactly all the values that we consider to be part of who we are, and we broadcast those to the world. And the reason we put them out there and we put them to the world is because we know that we want to attract people who have similar core values. And we know that by putting these out there, it's going to attract the people who believe and care about the same things. We also know that if someone doesn't believe and care or have those same core values, that they're going to be pushed away. Now, I'm not saying that people who don't have these same core values are bad or good or indifferent. What I am saying, though, is that they probably wouldn't be a good fit to be in Get in Shape for Women if these aren't the core values they hold dear. So I'll go through these core values. I'll just read them out loud, and I'll put them out there and make sure that, if there's any kind of story I can attach to it and stuff like that, I can do that as well. We treat our customers like family. That's an important one. Brian, our CEO and founder, held this so dear that he actually, when he owned his first training studio years ago, he opened one of the first personal training facilities in Massachusetts in the early 90s. He invited all those people to his wedding. That's how much he looked at them as being family members, and that's how important it was. These people were to him because they were, he cared that much about them and wanted them to be successful and wanted to do everything in his power, but he also loved them and wanted them to be around them. And so that's what, he literally invited all of his clients to his wedding. We have a passion for health and fitness. I think that goes without saying. I don't think we'd be here if we didn't have that passion to, be healthy and fit and, be, be everything that is Get in Shape for Women. We believe in the power of positivity. Like I said, we start all of our meetings with positive focus. We interject positivity throughout our entire day and our entire workforce and corporate model. And the reason we do that is because we want to get rid of all that negativity and stimulate creativity and growth. We wow our customers by exceeding expectations. We underpromise and overdeliver, and that's what you have to do. You need to make sure that you're wowing your customers and blowing their hair back every day. We check our egos at the door. It's the big one, because if you have an ego, it means that you know everything. And if you know everything, then there's no reason for you to learn anymore. There's no reason for you to, there's nothing else. There's nothing you can be told. But if you check your ego at the door and you open up your mind, you realize that you can start learning a whole lot of new things. We are continually learning. We devour business books. We devour fitness books. We're always learning about the newest thing. But also, before we're implementing all the new things, we're doing our due diligence. We're making sure that these things are, going to go back and help to empower women. And we don't just add things to add things. We believe in honest and open communication. And these conversations need to happen. You can't have this air of dishonesty in the air. It's just not healthy to grow a business. So we need to have those open, honest communications. And once we have them, once we get it out there, life is good. We believe accountability leads to success. That's part of our 4 components, accountability. We know that you need to be held accountable, and you need to hold yourself accountable, and you need to have someone hold you accountable in order to be successful. And we love what we do. And that's, we always joke here that none of us will ever go to work. We, because we love our job. It's really something that we really enjoy doing, and we love the positive impact that we make on our clients and the people in the studio, and we make on our franchisees. So that's why, that is probably the most important one. If you don't love what you do, then it's not worth doing. And we're doing really meaningful work here, and that's really important to us. And so that's we want to make sure that we can help you love what you do as well. So the last part of our framework, our vision framework, is our mission. And our mission is to open 500 locations by the year 2024 by developing the best fitness franchise model in the world. Now, currently we're about 87 locations, and we know because we put together we put together our growth strategies. We put together the plan on how to do this, and we're positive that we can open up these 500 locations by 2024 because we know what we're doing and how to do it, and we have the best fitness franchise out there. So now I want to get into what makes us who we are. What is so compelling about Get in Shape for Women, and we are a body transformation model. the way we achieve body transformation, and like what we kind of clarify that. I want to go back and clear that about that a little bit. There's great workouts everywhere. I mean, there's CrossFit, there's Pilates, there's yoga, there's all these different workouts. There's transformation nowhere. And that's what we do. We create transformation. And the way we create transformation is through the 4 components of weight training, cardio, nutrition, and accountability. Nobody else adds those 4 parts together to create body transformation. And the key is the sum of all the parts. So the key is all those parts in the sum is body transformation. So you can't achieve that without having a good weight training program, without having cardio. Especially, you can't work off a bad diet. So you have to have dialed in nutrition, and you have to be held accountable. So weight training, we do functional weight training. We do a combination of suspension training, dumbbells, kettlebells. We have a couple machines using large muscle groups, in multiple muscle groups. We do it in a high intensity interval style, and that's what makes it so scalable between anybody, an 80-year-old, a 25-year-old Olympian, and a 40-year-old who needs to lose 100 pounds can all do this workout and get a really great workout. The reason we do weight training, though, is because it helps to increase lean body mass. Lean body mass helps to increase resting metabolism. So the higher your resting metabolism, the more fat and calories you burn. So if you have 5 pounds of muscle, you're going to burn 200 calories per day more than the person who doesn't have that 5 pounds of extra muscle. Other reasons we do weight training: balance. That's a huge thing for a lot of the women, especially the older women who come through. Balance, core, strengthening your core, bone density, creating more bone density. Osteoporosis is definitely something that a lot of the women who are in the older group have to kind of deal with, and weight training helps to create that. So there's so many pluses to strength training that it's if you don't have it involved in your everyday routine, you should really start adding it in there. Cardio. We do 25 minutes of high intensity interval cardio. This is your major calorie burn. This is you're going to get your biggest fat burn. Cardio helps to increase your HDL. It lowers your blood pressure. The other thing it does is it creates the afterburn effect. So you're going to get off. The reason we do that high intensity interval training is because we're going to be able to get a 25-minute workout in where we burn a good amount of calories in as opposed to just doing a 25-minute run. You're going to be doing the intervals. It's going to burn more calories, and you're also going to create that afterburn effect. So you're going to continue to burn calories over the next couple hours, especially when you fuel your body properly. That brings me to nutrition. What we tell people is we put a framework around nutrition. We put a blueprint around nutrition. We don't prescribe a diet. We're not registered dietitians. We're not telling you to go out there and to, do the paleo diet or the zone diet. We're not just telling you anything. We're giving you nutrition framework in order to live your life by. We help you take the WOW out of eating. We get you to start eating really good, healthy, whole foods, not processed, cut back the alcohol. So in your typical day, you're looking at 1,300 to 1,600 calories per day with 100 grams of protein. And the reason we do a minimum of 100 grams of protein is because we know that if you're getting 100 grams of protein in a 1,300 to 1,600 calorie a day diet, that you're not just going to be getting 1,300 calories in bread or funnel cake. It's going to be really good. You're going to get good quality foods in. 8 to 10 glasses of water per day. You're going to eat every 2 to 3 hours. And then one free day. We don't care. Do what you got to do. Drink a bottle of wine, eat 2 pizzas, do what you got to do. But what I will tell you is that as you start your body becomes adjusted to these to this cleaner eating and healthier eating, you're going to crave a lot of that garbage a whole lot less, and your body's going to just want to put and be fueled by the really good food that you've been eating every day. And accountability. Accountability is very important. You have to hold yourself accountable. We help to hold you accountable through weekly weigh-ins, through motivation, through those hard conversations. Like I said earlier, you know, we treat you like family, and sometimes family members have to have those hard conversations. Sally, what happened? You put on a couple pounds this week. 9 times out of 10, Sally knows exactly what happened, but, you know, helping her bring it to you know, bring it to her front, and she goes, oh, you're right. I need to buckle back down again. Managing behavior of, you know, and that's part of, you know, teaching how to eat and taking the wow out of eating and sticking with that, you know, that nutrition blueprint. And all those things are going to help you be successful in your transformation. Workout of the week is something we do. We give the workout of the week to all of our owners. So we developed this workout as a systematic weight training program, like I said, with suspension training, dumbbell, body weight, kettlebell, and it helps you to not have to worry about having a trainer who's making up every workout as it goes along. The trainer now is free to coach cardio, to talk about nutrition, to coach form, and to be doing multiple things at once and not having to develop a workout every day on the spot. So that is the first part of our webinar, the how to lose 12 to 30 pounds in 12 weeks or less. Now, the second part of the webinar that I want to talk to you guys about is how to turn that passion for health and fitness into a meaningful career. So the career opportunities that are currently available with Get in Shape for Women are managers, full-time trainers, and part-time trainers. And the manager is, I like to say, manager is like the spine, the backbone of the entire organization, of the entire studio. That manager runs everything. They're training the trainers. They're doing free sessions. They're taking phone calls. They're closing leads. They are doing the scheduling. They are, you know, just keeping the studio moving forward on a day-to-day basis. And the full-time trainer, the part-time trainer, they're kind of the blood, the heart and soul of the studio, where their whole objective is to make sure that the 4 components are being executed to a T, to the highest degree. And that's the most important thing the full-time trainer should be doing. They should be really focused to make sure all those 4 components of weight training, cardio, nutrition, and accountability are being executed. So how to apply for those positions, you can go on our website at getinshapeforwomen.com/careers. And you can apply online there. A couple of things you can do. You can pick a preferred location of a studio that's currently open. And you can apply that current location, or you can pick a future location under other, and tell us where you are. You know, Parker, Colorado. You happen to be there. That's a great opportunity for us to know that there is a really good, talented people who are in Parker, Colorado, so we can start pointing owners in that direction. Like I said, we're going to have 500 locations in the next 10 years, and we're growing rapidly. So we need to know where the talent is so we can start pointing people in the right direction. So that's a great opportunity for you to help to bring a Get in Shape woman to your area. Currently, we're in 17 states. We have 87 locations right now. Yeah, we are looking. This is great. We're growing rapidly, and we, want to start filling in some more of those locations that don't have a Get in Shape woman yet. So we'll continue to grow into your areas. So those are the first 2 sections. And now the next section I want to get into, guys, is the how to open your own Get in Shape for Women. So this is the franchise opportunity section of the webinar. So I want you to take a look at this flow chart. This flow chart gives you an opportunity to just see where you are in the process, and then you can see what we have left. So today you're in the webinar, so you can check that box. The next thing you're going to do, guys, is you're going to set up an initial phone call with me. I'm going to send you some information. You can then go ahead and write down my information at the end of this webinar. I'll send you an email with all my information. Schedule a phone call. Schedule your initial phone call with me, guys. Let's talk about the webinar. Let me answer any questions you have. Let's talk about any questions or concerns you have about getting in shape for women, and let's start that process. The next thing is Discovery Day. Now go ahead, take out your calendars now. Put a big circle around this Friday, July 31st, because that's when our next Discovery Day is. So put a big circle around that saying, attending Get in Shape for Women Discovery Day. Block it off. Tell your boss, sorry, can't do that. Tell your partner, I'm sorry, I'm going to be here from 10 to 3 at the Get in Shape for Women Discovery Day. So that is a opportunity for us to meet you, for you to meet us, and for us to start this long process together. No, I guess not. I shouldn't say long process. It's like, we can do it quite quickly, actually. At Discovery Day, we'll give you a territory hold form. And that territory hold form will allow you to hold up to 3 territories during your disclosure period from when the time we give you the FDD. So the FDD, you'll have 15 days after we give it to you, and you'll be able to review the FDD during the time. We'll hold territories, and then after that, we'll sign the FDD, making you a franchisee. From there, you'll get the new franchisee checklist and all the other, the operations manual, the build-out manual. We'll start site selection. We'll do letters of intent. We'll help you with letters of intent to the landlords. We'll help you through the lease negotiation. We'll put together floor plans for you to take a look at, so you know exactly what your studio is going to look at. We'll do a build-out. You'll do your build-out. We'll help you with best practices of hiring contractors and getting the build-out ready. You'll hire a team. Excuse me. And then you'll come to franchise school. Franchise school is a full-on 40-hour week worth of learning. It's 9 to 5 every day for 5 straight days, and you learn everything from sales to marketing to free session steps to role playing the phone call to role playing the training. You'll go through a training session, 3 of them actually. It will be a really, really fun but very, very educational week at the corporate office. After franchise school, you'll have your grand opening. You'll start. We'll start with a site visit shortly after you open, where one of our directors will come out and view your studio, help you get everything, make sure that everything's in the right way, and then ongoing support forever and ever. We'll give you as much support as we can give you, which is quite a bit. And then we'll do a first-year analysis. Look at your studio. Where are you? You're doing great. Let's open up a second studio, or is this something you want to move forward doing? And then here we are. We're in our second studio. So let's get into some operational stuff here, guys. So the hours of operation for Get in Shape for Women are Mondays. This is the minimum hours of operation. There is opportunity to expand your hours as you start to fill up. So our hours of operation are Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then Saturdays we're open 8 to 12. That's 54 hours right there. Like I said, there's opportunity to expand your hours as you grow. Maybe stay open till 1 and close and reopen at 3:30, and then Saturdays you're open from 6 to noon. So that's a great, great opportunity for you to grow within those hours. But this is the minimum hours. Your managers are typically working anywhere from 40 to 50 hours, and your part-time trainer is right around the 40-hour mark, and then your full-time trainer is right around the 40-hour mark. Your part-time trainer is making up the remainder of the hours, so 14, 15 hours a week. Sticking with the operations, take a look at this is what we charge, or our training options for each location. So we are a paid in full model, and we list it out per session price and then what you'd be paying yearly if you're doing 2, 3, or 4 times a week. So of course, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, you're going to get the best value signing up for the longer term. And that's just how we have it structured. I think it's a normal structuring for fitness. And you can take a look at that right-hand column, and you can see the how much each, if you're going 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times a week at that $31, $26, and $21 per session for a full year. Startup costs. So from when you're opening up your studio, it could be anywhere from $51,000 to $200,000. And the reason we have it such a big range there is because there's a lot of things that can happen. There's a lot of different factors go into it. You may not have to pay anything for your build out because your landlord wants to do the build out for you because he has his own construction company, and he'll wrap it into the rent a little bit later on. Or you may have to pay $50,000 for the build out. Additional funds can range anywhere from $0 to $50,000. We want to look higher on the higher end because we want to make sure your additional funds are there set up for you that are they're going to help support you the studio during the build-up period. And then equipment. This is if you're leasing your equipment through our vendors. Part of the plus of being of the franchise is that we have a ton of economy of scale. So we can use our relationship with our vendors to get you the best financing deals possible, or you may just want to pay up front and just pay for all your equipment up front without even waiting to see if that is an option of financing. It's just better for you to get it all out of the way. You don't want another bill. Here is a sample studio expense, guys. The one thing that's missing out of this is any sort of royalty. We don't want to make any sort of claim of royalty out there or any sort of earnings claim. So we just want to put out there, our royalty is 6% of weekly gross sales, and you can kind of get an idea. You can think about those training options and how many people you sell a week, and you can kind of start doing that and take 6% off that and figure out what the royalty would be if you wanted to do the math on that or put together a pro forma. Excuse me. So how do you pay for those expenses? Well, there's through our revenue streams. We have multiple different revenue streams coming in the studio. The biggest one would be new sales. New sales are all of our every new sale that comes in and closes is a 3 or 6 month or 12 month package. Upgrades, you have the opportunity of upgrading your say a person comes in for 3 months and they love it so much that within the first 30 days they can sign up for 6 or 12 months, and they can then get the retro price for the session. So instead of paying $31 a session, they'll pay the $21 session retrograded for what they've already paid. Renewals are all the dollars that are being that are coming in through people who have already signed up and are just renewing the membership because they know that they never want to leave there because it's the most effective thing for them. It's the way for them to they know they're going to be working out. They know they're going to be held accountable. And then the next thing is protein sales. We track all of our protein sales. One of the reasons we track all the protein sales is because what it does is that if people aren't selling protein, then we know that there's a good chance that you're not getting transformation in the studio, because that means that the women aren't eating, aren't probably following the nutrition blueprint. So we can kind of get an idea of that. Athletic clothing line. We actually have an athletic clothing line coming shortly. We're going to be working with some vendors with some high quality material like Lululemon-esque material. And that would be just another revenue stream to bring some more dollars into your, and also help to brand the studio. So just a kind of a two-headed monster there with that. So to kind of get into financial, so in franchising, we have to be careful about any sort of earnings claim or putting out any sort of false financial representation. So we are allowed to list in our item 19 our financial performance representation. So you can take a look at all. This is our 2014 FT days, so you can kind of look at some of those numbers. All these numbers are based on studios that are open for more than one day. So a studio, if we had a studio open like we did in September last year, or if we had mature studios, they all get lumped in there together. So we just want to be completely honest. I know some FTDs don't always do that. They put only mature studios in, but we want to put it all out there, so you can kind of get an idea of our revenues. And then we also list our top 10% of revenues. So you can kind of see this is the people that when you're joining a franchise, these are the people you want to emulate and aim for. These are the people you want to, say I'm going after them, and I'm going to be the, I want to be the next Lexington or Wayland, Mass, because that's what you should come into when you're running your own business. You should come into it with that sort of vim and vigor. So to kind of switch up operations a little bit, guys, and kind of get into a different, realm of franchise. Of the franchise is the territory selection. So this is when you sign your FTD, you picked out your spots you want to go. This is where we're going to start, doing some demographic research. We're going to figure out, you're going to give me 3 territories you want to hold, and I'm going to start doing the research. I'm going to start looking at median income. I'm going to start looking at population. This website here is zipwho.com. It's a free website you can actually use yourself when you start putting down the territories that you're just thinking about. And you can kind of do some advanced searching on it to, pinpoint certain areas that you want. So, like I said, we always look for a combination of a high median income and a high population. We don't want to have just nice, high income. We want a good population as well. So those are 2 of our big factors to look for when we're doing demographic research. The way we help you find your brick and mortar location is through numerous things. LoopNet and CoStar are both online resources that for commercial real estate that we belong to both those. Craigslist is actually a really good, useful tool. I have a litany of real estate brokers across the country who I've connected with in the past who are constantly giving me new information about locations that are available throughout the country. Again, this is like we said before, when we start finding really great locations, we can start pointing owners in different directions to help open those locations as well, because we found the spots. Sorry about that. So this is one of the locations that we that's available in Great Neck, New York. Now you saw from the Great Neck, New York, from that one slide of New York. Great Neck is a great territory, and we'll get a little bit deeper into that. But the locations we look for are in the footprint of 700 to 1,200 square feet. We don't need much more than that. We don't want any more than that, because then you're just wasting square footage and you're paying for empty square footage. So we try to keep it tight. We look for the best deals that are available. We don't need to be in the downtown heart of the city or Bright Lights big city. We're a destination location, so we want to look for we want to look for places that have great parking. We look for places that have a good anchor attached to it, great management companies to work with. So these are all things that we help to look for when we're helping you find your location. Now, the demographic, getting back into the demographic, really the analysis. So you can take a look at this. Here's 164 Northern Boulevard in Great Neck, New York. That's the spot you just saw. This is the 1, 2, and 3 mile rings. And you can see what would be associated with that area. So you can see how many areas are around there. Now, this is a little bit more deeper into the demographic info, deeper than what ZipWho can give you. This is like, for example, this is some online resources that we have and, subscription services that we belong to. So this, you can take a look at this and say, all right, well, in 2013, in a 3 mile radius around 164 Northern Boulevard, there was 191,000 people. That's huge. You only need 150 women to fill your studio. If you have 191,000, you're almost 100,000 women alone there, shy of 100,000 women. So that's a massive, massive number. It's just 96,000 women that are available potentially come in your studio. And then you look at the numbers. Look at the households with income of over $100,000, households under over $200,000. The median household income of 82,914. It's just huge numbers. Great territory. So then we'll build a sample floor plan for you. So once you have your location, we got a letter of intent out there. We'll start working on lease negotiation. We'll then have a sample floor plan that we can give you, and you can take a look at what your studio is going to look like. So when you go in there, you can be like, oh, this is how I want to set my studio up. Oh, I want the treadmills over here and the strength training over here, and I can have my office over here. I'll put the bathroom up front. Which just really gives you that really kind of ability to see what you put together and to see what you have in store for yourself. Now, again, to dip back and kind of into our franchise support side, we have a litany of support chains. We want to give you the most support possible. Now, that's through franchise school, through our weekly owners calls, through our weekly support calls. We have monthly coaching calls. We have new owner calls. We have additional training for if your studio is not successful at the moment and you need some more training, we can help you with that. We do quarterly coaching workshops that are a phenomenal resource. We do an annual convention every year that is just a great opportunity for us to really game plan and set up for the full year. So we give you a ton of support on the everyday basis because we know that we want to make you successful. We also do business development coaching. We teach you, part of our goal is to help teach you that you have the ability to grow 10 times. You can grow 10x in your life. And, through Get in Shape for Women, we want to help you grow that 10x. So one of the things that we do during our business development coaching is our 10x future. I filled one of these out. We've all filled them out. All of our owners have filled them out. This is a really powerful tool. It takes you from where you are and then looks at what you want to be when you have grown 10 times. And that is a fun and very hard exercise. Because, it's hard to let yourself daydream like that in a way. It's hard to let yourself, and it's not daydreaming. I shouldn't say like that. It's hard to let your mind go free like that. But once you put it on paper, it is so powerful. It is so powerful to have that done on paper. And you're able to look at it and go, okay, I know what my income be. I know how much vacation I can have. I know what my relationships can look like and what my health can be like when I'm grown 10 times. And then you keep that there and you keep working the goal, and then you have set your goal for yourself. Part of the training that we offer is we have our system, our Get in Shape for Women system, broken down into 12 different modules. And we're constantly going through the modules to train on those certain aspects. So every week we pick a module and we break it down. Every quarterly meeting we take multiple modules and we get deeper into it together. You'll go through franchise school. You'll learn all these modules. We'll constantly look back on them and see how we can make them more effective. So that is a big part of our support system. This is a picture of one of our quarterly meetings. Just the owners and managers doing a round table discussions, really working with each other to get a great kind of vibe and feel from each other to learn how to be the most successful. These are our awards that we hand out. We do a first place award every month, plus we show the top 10 boards. Quarterly, we do a first place trophy for the quarter as well, and then the top 10 boards. And then annually, we do a first place trophy, and then all top 10 get a trophy as well. Here's an example of a group of our top 10 owners. Now, to get into technology a little bit, technology we're using for lack of a better term, it's a CRM called MindBody, and it's a relationship. It's a management software that we have. It's an online subscription, and all of our owners do this, and it helps you track your scheduling, helps you track your clients, helps you track renewals and upgrades. It helps you track people who've left, helps you track all new clients coming in, all new leads coming in. So it's really a great tool. There's so much versatility can be done with MindBody. We even have our own Get in Shape Woman app that connects right with MindBody, so people can do their online scheduling right there and don't have to come see the manager at all for that aspect. So guys, after going through that whole process, this is me. I really want you to set up your initial phone call with me. I'll also put this up, guys, the same slide up at the end of the presentation, and you can really dig in. If you don't, in case you don't have a pen now or you're not in front of a computer, you can really dig into and then figure out and get all my information, and then we can start getting really, really serious about the conversations that we're having and making sure that you have all the answers that you need, and we can start talking about next steps as well. So, like I said before, Discovery Day. Take out your calendar. Circle July 31st. Put in 10 to 3 that you'll be at Discovery Day. It's really important, guys. It's a great opportunity for us to meet you and for you to meet us and for you to learn everything there is to possibly know about Get in Shape for Women. Here's some accolades of ours, guys, that we're really proud of. Entrepreneur Magazine, Franchise 500. We've been on it for 5 years in a row, and that's a tough list, and we're really proud of where we are. Inc. 5000, top 5,000 companies, private companies in the country. We've been on that for 4 years in a row. And again, just something, a feather in our cap, because we know that it's really difficult to do, and we're really proud of those accolades. Some great, like I said beforehand, we're ferocious readers. And here's some great books that we suggest for you guys moving forward, becoming business people, or if you're already business people, especially becoming business owners. These are great books for that. The E-Myth was so important in helping my my CEO succeed in his original company, just personal training studios, and he's carried all these lessons he learned from the E-Myth throughout his entire time. It's basically breaking down why small businesses don't work and what to do about it and how to fix those. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The real message behind Rich Dad is that Rich Dad, Poor Dad is there's a rich dad who's telling his kids that the way to create wealth is to obtain wealth-producing assets. And just so you know, Get in Shape Women is a wealth-producing asset. It's a way for you to continue to grow wealth. Good to Great. Jim Collins, just absolute masterpiece. Good is the enemy of great. I mean, just great words to be said. Great by Choice. It's another one of Jim Collins' books. Mastering the Rockefeller Habits is something that is a book that we use a lot, and we take a lot of the tools from Mastering the Rockefeller Habits and implement them in our day-to-day. The data's priorities and rhythms. Just really, really digging into the data's priorities and rhythms and making your company work the best. Think and Grow Rich. It's just a great book about realizing that thoughts are things and making sure that you're using those positive thoughts to create you can use those thoughts to help create wealth. Unique Ability is a part of a workshop that my CEO goes to called Strategic Coach. And Unique Ability is a book that he loves because of what it does is it helps you to find your unique ability, and then help you realize that your unique ability is what you can do really well, but there's certain things that you can't do really well, but you can surround yourself with people who have that unique ability of things that you can't personally do. And that's what that's such an important thing to learn. So now, guys, I want to open up I want to open this up for some question and answering. So please feel free to ask any questions. We can start talking about anything you want to know, and I can answer those questions for you. So go ahead. All right. Here's a good question. The question is about time from when you start your studio. So the question is, how long does it get a studio open? How long does it take to get a studio open? So that kind of is, there's a couple different things. I can't give you a fast and steady answer on that, but basically from the time that we have a lease signed, we want to get your studio open about 6 to 8 weeks after having your lease signed. That's your build out, all your equipment, all those things. We know that we can do it in about 6 to 8 weeks. And I know it sounds like a daunting thing, but it's true. So part of being a franchise, and part of the beauty of being a franchise, is that there's checklists involved and you're getting support. So we've already done this. We know the best way of doing it, the most efficient way of doing it. So we're going to give you the build-out manuals. We're going to give you the checklist. You're going to be on a call twice a week with me during this process, where you're going to be speaking with me. We're going to go through, where are you stuck? What's the great news you have going on in your studio? And what are you getting done this week? What do you need to get done this week? We're going to go through the checklist, making sure you're hitting all your spots. That's really, there's no reinventing the wheel. That's really one of the pluses of being part of that franchise. So I hope that answered your question. So yeah, so from the time you get your lease signed and stuff like that, we aim for about 6 to 8 weeks from then. All right, do I have to have a fitness background in order to be in the franchise? No, not all of our people have fitness backgrounds. You have to be passionate about your health and fitness, but you don't have to have a fitness background. Sales background's great, any sort of thing like that, operations background, HR background, all those things are really, useful. But anybody can go in here, and again, part of being a franchise is that you're learning systems, and all you need to be able to do is follow the checklist, follow the systems, and if you can do that, you can be successful, and you have an opportunity to be successful in this model. All right, anybody come on? What other questions do you guys have for me out there? All right, yes. The next question is there opportunity to own multiple studios? Of course. A lot of our owners are multi-unit owners, actually. They own, we have people owning up to 5 studios. And that's, we definitely want people who are out there, and, if some people are built to run one studio, and that's fine. That's what you should do. And that's how you're going to be happy, and some people won't be happy unless they have 5 studios. So, we're going to help you to figure out what is best for you, how to run your studio the best. And, yeah, we're going to really help to try to make you successful in your studio. But, yeah, opportunity definitely to run multiple studios. All right, guys. Well, I've gone over my time. I appreciate you taking the extra 5 minutes with me. I apologize about stretching this out a little bit longer. Give me a call. I'm going to put this up. First things first, before we take off, guys, I want to say final thoughts. Final thoughts is the way for us to end all of our meetings and all of our, workshops and stuff like that. And the reason we do final thoughts is to kind of encapsulate what you learned. Now, one of the things I want to talk about, guys, on my final thought today is something I spoke on earlier when I was talking about core values. And it's the idea of doing meaningful work. And, going to work every day and doing work is one thing. But when you start and you're able to do real meaningful work, and you're able to really create, a great, you're really to help somebody else through your work, there's really nothing better than that. So I compel you to keep moving forward with this, guys, because I know myself personally that the work I do is so meaningful, and in doing that makes me feel so great about every day that I get to go home and know that I'm putting good out into the world. So I'm going to put my information back up there, guys. Schedule a phone call. Get your phone call scheduled. Get your calendar out right now. Take a look at it. Figure out when the best time to catch up with me would be. Send me an email. Send me a call. Let's get this thing started. After that, while your calendar's out, circle July 31st. Put a big red circle around it. Right in there, Get in Shape for Women Discovery Day. Tell your kids, tell your partner, tell your boss. Get the dog a walker that day. let everybody know that this is going to be, you're not available from 10 to 3. You're going to be at Getting Shape Women Discovery Day, learning how to, you know, start down the road of helping women, empowering women through body transformation. So I'll leave this up for a couple more seconds, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking some time with me today. And I look forward to our initial phone calls. Take care.